Hello, Rebecca here. Just wanted to make a quick announcement about the stream. We were supposed to stream last Friday on the 9th, but we ended up losing internet that day. We tried anyway, and it was a really bad time, unfortunately. The internet is starting to look a little bit better here, but we want to make sure everything is working correctly before we, actually announce another stream. So I'll keep y'all updated on Twitter. We're at Loreheads, and I'll also put an announcement in the next stream if we settle on a weekend coming up, but we're all a little busy, shockingly, so we'll have to see. So sorry to everyone who came to watch us play League badly. It sucks, but thank you so much for being patient with us. And in the meantime, I hope you enjoy Gnar, because we did. And I did not realize how drunk I got until I edited the episode. So, whoopsie. Hello, Loreheads, and welcome to the League, exploring the League of Legends lore from A to Z. My name is Rebecca.
And I'm John.
And my name is Mark.
And today we're talking about the Missing Link Gnar, who was released August 14th, 2014. It's almost his birthday.
Oh, almost happy birthday.
Oh, hey.
Yeah. He's going to be 7.
It's my sister's birthday today.
Oh.
Is she older than 7?
Yes,
competition
shockingly.
now. Should we celebrate his birthday by doing our best Gnar impressions?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course. Yeah, for sure. All right. Hey ho, how the wada wow, oh, wada wada
You completely took my impression.
That was the one John was going to do.
We could do a Demoglio if you
You
want.
know, I wrote down the whole thing though, so I'm gonna do the whole thing.
Ooh, you wrote it down?
yeah.
Can I do mine first real quick?
Yeah.
Ego bago.
Yeah.
Who wada wada wah? Who wada wada wah? He wada wada eh? Who unu bogo ye? He ida wada wah?
And thus, Gnar is the best champion we've hit so far, right?
Man, just look at those
Just off
audio
that
spikes. That's how you know it's good.
You really blew out the audio there. I almost moved
Yeah.
which John never does. John is always way too quiet. I'm always pushing the mic in his face. But no, you blew out the audio there.
You're welcome.
That was my ringtone, actually, for a really long time.
Oh, that's such a good fucking ringtone. Oh my god.
Right?
really
I
is.
highly recommend it, by the way. All right. Yeah, Gnar is definitely the best. He's so cute. I don't think I really listened to him much until about 15 minutes ago when I opened up the soundboard that I had for Gnar and was wheezing at all the fucking shit that Gnar says. And he makes fun of fucking Fizz and Annie and shit like that. It's so good.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. Who
Yeah.
wants to tell us a little bit about Gnar?
So Gnar, just on the universe page, has a bio and 2 short stories. Does he have anything else really outside of that?
He does have like the Playtime with Gnar comic, which is pretty
Right.
good. It's not like, it's not a Marvel crossover comic or anything like that.
It should be.
But it is adorable.
He's got there's that teaser too, the discovering the link.
Yes. Which, honestly, I'm not even sure how much canon that is anymore either. I feel like that teaser even has pictures of Gnar just hanging out with his family and then the Watcher attacking, which I feel like wasn't what the story described anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think that's really canon anymore, but it's still neat. It's still cool.
It's cool. It's him popping out of some ice.
I was gonna say it's like 20 seconds. It's not the biggest deal to go check it out.
John, I'm seeing you have written down that he has old lore too, which is really interesting. I don't think I realized that Gnar was old enough to have old lore and get it changed.
Yeah, it's not, the old lore doesn't actually tell us anything. Like, they didn't change anything about his lore. They just added stuff on top of it, really.
okay.
So, I mean, there's something really
that's
interesting there.
Sure. I'll go through the bio then, I suppose, if we're all cool with that.
Yeah, I will say the biggest disappointment about his old lore is that he is a new enough champion that there was no Institute of War cheesiness at the end of it.
John, I think you should just make it up.
So he
and that's why he joined the League of Legends.
He found out that if you join the league, you get all the boomerangs that you could shake a stick at, and that's why he joined the League of Legends.
Oh man, you know what? That's not bad. That's not a bad like off the cuff. So that's a pretty good reason for Gnar to be there.
For sure. All right, so Gnar is a small yordle who lived in the Freljord before it was frozen, which I did not realize. I knew nothing about Gnar before going into this except for Gnar, and that's basically it. He is short-tempered and felt a close kinship to the big monsters around rather than the mortals because they also were short-tempered, and they looked like big white yordles, which was good enough for him, I think is how they phrase it.
Which, in case you're keeping track, were the Yetis. Like Willow.
Yeah.
Thank you. I was curious if you knew what they were, because I didn't. They mentioned how he found his boomerang, which is the jawbone of a Druvask.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's like the boar that Sejuani rides, right? Kind of?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you. Okay. I was hoping so. So over time, Gnar is starting to notice that the tribes of people are fighting each other, and one day the earth opens up and out comes Vel'Koz?
A watcher, I think.
A watcher,
it's supposed to be. Yeah.
Okay. A watcher?
Yeah. Vel'Koz, but with horns.
Oh.
And bigger,
Tentacles?
tentacle.
So the Watchers, I guess we can get into that. I'll finish Gnar's thing and you can tell me what this was. I legit just thought it was Vel'Koz. And I was picturing definitely not Vel'Koz, which made the story really funny. So Gnar's very angry because they are threatening his friends. So he attacks. He becomes like a big giant, kind of like his Yeti friends in the process. Not really sure how that happens, but it's okay. While he attacks, though, he feels like this cold that stops him, and then he's encased in ice and sleeps for a very long time. When he wakes up, the Freljord is frozen and everyone kind of appears to be gone, so he grabs his boomerang and hops away. And that is Gnar's bio.
Yeah, I think so. I think what is depicted there because he shows up because like you said, the Freljord is getting colder, the tribes are starting to fight, which I think is the original War of the Three Sisters, and when he shows up, it seems to be the Battle of the Howling Abyss, because he talks about there's a bunch of mortals here, and they've got Yetis with them, and it seems like everyone's having a tantrum.
Yeah.
And then I think like we had talked about, Lysandra kind of froze everything in true ice, and that's kind of what hit Gnar. He kind of got caught in the collateral damage, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, Gnar doesn't know what attacked or how he became free, and so we also don't know how he became free. I feel like Riot also doesn't know how he became free, and that's why they're leaving that open. Like, maybe one day we'll talk about that and it'll be fun.
Magic.
Which I'm okay with, but I would like to know how he got free. That is something I would like for them to expand on if they ever expand on Gnar. I think that would be super interesting.
Yeah, for sure, because it's supposed to be true ice, and we were just talking about before this podcast, supposedly that shit doesn't melt, but maybe it does. Who the fuck knows, right? Howling Abyss is falling apart, or the bridge, the murder bridge is falling apart, so maybe that's part of it. Like, he's he's almost a harbinger of everything else about to come out, but he just, he's Gnar, right? So who knows?
He's not doing any harbinging. He's just tossing his little boomerang around.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought the bio was a lot of fun. He's like Fizz too. He's Fizz, but good.
Yes, I was
Right.
going to say, 'cause Mark, you had predicted last week that it was going to feel a bit like Fizz, and we were worried about that. But it's like Fizz done properly is kind of what it felt like.
Despite all the similarities,
Yeah.
Being a very, very, very old
Old
Yordle,
Yordle, yeah.
coming back and being the, only of his kind really around. Despite all that, this hit different.
It does hit different, and I think part of it is it makes sense for Gnar to be so old. They wanted a prehistoric champion. It makes sense, and he got frozen. It all makes sense. Fizz made no sense. Why is he so old? Do yordles all live this long? I don't understand it. I also really desperately need to know why there are just random yordles alone around Runeterra. Is that ever explained anywhere?
Oh.
It's a good question. I don't know. Because I know they, like... I don't know. It's hard to say. With Fizz... Not Fizz, sorry. Gosh. With Gnar, again, it makes sense. He's, like, with Fizz, that was a big complaint. It's like, he's a yordle, but why is he so weird and different? And why is he just doing his own thing? Just make him not a yordle. But with Gnar... Well, he's this kind of weird, kind of proto-yordle. And he's the... You know, he got frozen. He's the last of his kind. So it makes sense that he doesn't quite look like one and that he's off kind of doing his own thing. Right? And even the bio kind of hits the point that... Well, he kind of liked hanging out with the Yetis more than he did anything else.
Additionally,
right?
like, it also makes sense that Fizz doesn't necessarily fit that, mold because, like we talked about with his original lore, he wasn't a yordle. They just retconned that and made him a yordle. So the champion design itself wasn't built around that yordle consistency.
I mean, I'd be fine with Fizz them changing him to a yordle. He's a sea yordle. It's fine. We're still bitching about Fizz. This is several episodes later. But it's,
Well, I think it'd be better if he wasn't one. I don't know.
But if they want to make him a yordle, then make it fit, which they really didn't do. Have other sea yordles. Why is he the only one? That's what confuses me.
But shark!
Sure, because a bunch of gigalodons came in. Yeah.
All right, this is about Gnar, who is delightful.
Yeah, for sure. I like... I mean, I like that he's not a myth. He's not a legend. He didn't pop out and everyone's like, oh, there's this yordle that goes around. It's like, no, he's just Gnar. There's some fun lines in here too. They kind of try and introduce the idea that he fancies himself a hunter, but he's like a little kid who's just playing at it. So like there's a line about how he would trail herds of wild beasts that paid him no mind because they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Now, real quick before we get into Snow Day, did anybody else read this story in like David Attenborough's voice? Because I could not get it out of my head.
I didn't, but I can absolutely see where you're coming from, and it makes it. Oh, gosh, now I want to reread it.
Read this story and read it like it was an Animal Planet documentary.
And if anyone can do a really good David Attenborough impression, if you could record yourself reading that story, that would be great.
Yeah, definitely. That's a great fucking read on it. I didn't, but I like it. Yes, this is by Michael Luo. I think that name sounds familiar. I think we've hit one or two of his things a little while back. I don't remember what. But yeah, so it's following Gnar, Jesus Christ, Gnar during a kind of a snowstorm, and Gnar is very busy drawing in the snow and talking to himself and trying to get his art just perfect. And he is specifically drawing, amongst other things, the Watcher, actually, the monster that showed up and took all of his friends. Because something that they kind of hint here is that Gnar doesn't really get that a bunch of time has passed. He just thinks he just had a very long nap and just thinks his friends have been taken away. So Gnar is doing his art in the snow, and then a Druvask shows up to kind of just take shelter from the snowstorm in the same quasi-cave that he's doing his art in, ends up ruining all of his art. So Gnar kind of throws a tantrum and attacks it, and they start fighting. And as they do, he hulks out, turns into Mega Gnar, and during the fight kills the boar. And he doesn't really get it that he killed it. He's like, oh, I guess it's decided to go to sleep. It's weird that it's sleeping with its eyes open on this red snow, but that's fine. He starts kind of remembering other times where he saw shit like this back in the past. It makes him kind of sad, and as he's kind of sad, he transforms back into little mini Gnar, and he goes and hugs his boomerang and decides, well, if that boar is going to sleep out there, I'll put a little snow on top of it so it has a blanket while it sleeps. And that's really the story.
Mm-hmm. It took a dark turn.
Yeah. It starts off very whimsical and funny, because he'll be, like I say, he's talking to himself, but he's doing that Gnar speak where he's not saying actual language, and it's constantly interjecting to explain, well, this means this, or this might mean that. And it's pretty funny. And then it ends up being kind of sad.
I think all right, so I had a few things about this that seemed off to me. I guess the narration, it's kind of like an omniscient narration, right? Like we're seeing within Gnar's head, like we're hearing his thoughts, and the thing that seemed weird is that whoever is narrating this, despite being inside Gnar's head, does not know what Gnar's words mean at certain points. Like, oh, it could mean this or it could mean this, which is actually the thing that immediately made me think, like, oh, this sounds like an Animal Planet thing. Like someone's just like, oh, we've been observing and this could mean one of two things. Yet having that, not having that knowledge, yet having the knowledge of what's happening within Gnar's actual head seemed a little weird. I mean, it was cute narration. It was just a weird inconsistency for me.
That didn't bother me.
It bothered me. And the other thing that bothered me, and again, probably nitpicky.
Go ahead.
What does Gnar eat? Like, I assume he can't be a plant eater, specifically, because he lives in Freljord, where I imagine they don't get a ton of vegetation. Presumably, he eats meat. How is he not aware of the concept of killing something?
Yes, that was the one thing that bothered me. Was it was like very kind of cute and dark and sad and weird, but I feel like Gnar should have the concept of what death is, because he is more intelligent.
Calls himself a hunter.
Yeah, he's more intelligent than a regular animal, but the idea of him not knowing what death is, it's like they're trying to paint him like he's just a cat, you know? He doesn't know.
What is he? Yeah,
Sure.
like what does he think a hunter does?
That's a good question. I think it's that's definitely a good question. I know in that other short story it mentions him hunting fish. I don't know, but I mean, who knows if that's canon, right? I think fish are probably a pretty hard thing to come by in the Freljord.
It's possible he could be a fish eater, like a bear, and he finds a way to find them in the water. And I could see maybe him not relating fish to necessarily being alive or dead, because they're just so far away from, you know, mammals that he sees and is. Well, maybe. I don't think Gnar lays eggs, but...
And fish also die with their eyes open. That would be something.
Yeah, true, honestly.
Yeah.
I thought it was a cute story. It struck me as Douglas Adams light.
I think when you start getting into the actuals of it, it does fall apart a little. Because I agree, he fancies himself a hunter. He must have seen things being hunted, but that he wouldn't get it in any way is a little. It works for what they're trying to do for this story, but it probably doesn't work in terms of thinking about Gnar just in his moment to moment, right?
Unless he was frozen when he was really young. We don't know how old Gnar is. But if he was frozen, he's like a child.
He kind of comes off a little young, but even then, right, it's a good point that he does have to eat, and he would have eaten something.
Yeah.
And I know the Freljord wasn't frozen back when he got frozen, but even still, right, you would think that he would have seen, he would get it a little. Mm-hmm. I did like one line, because he's drawing the Watcher, and he hears like something approaching, and the line is like, perhaps it's the monster, and perhaps it has come to express its discontent at how it is being portrayed. I thought that was funny that he thought, that monster's gonna show up. It doesn't like what I've drawn.
Yes, that was great. I also just like that Gnar is still thinking about this monster and wants to know what it was and where it is. And I think that that's a good choice, just to, you know, shit on Fizz again. The whole idea of Fizz just like giving up on whatever it was. It's like he stopped caring, but Gnar is still in this, because for him it was so recent still, like we talked about. So it's still fresh in his mind. Like, I want to draw this monster. I want it to be perfect. He's also getting frustrated at the beginning of the story because his drawings like aren't good enough. It's not what he was thinking. And then he finally gets his perfect picture and he's like, yes, that is scary. Just like I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's
it's
quite
cute.
The little
it's a cute depiction.
Nartist.
Oh, this motherfucker.
I say nartist.
Shut up. We heard you. So, yeah, the next story is The Hunter Hunted. This one's really short. John just has some drama surrounding it outside. But basically, it is told from the point of view of a hunter. It's Rengar. Clearly.
Now I say.
A hunter.
This hunter who looks exactly like Rengar, but isn't Rengar, I guess.
But collects trophies like Rengar and roars like Rengar.
Definitely not.
And roars, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, he's looking for things to hunt. He finds Gnar. I like how instantly he's like, oh, well, yordle, a good sign. That's good fortune. I will leave it alone. But he's tracking some giant animal and he can't find it. And then eventually pisses Gnar off because Gnar is following him. So he grabs the boomerang and throws it. And Gnar gets it back, turns into Big Gnar because he's pissed now. And then definitely not Rengar is like, oh, my B. Oh, shit. I've made a huge mistake. And that's the end of the story.
All right. So we'll just get into a little more of the drama here.
It's not even that much drama.
There's not a lot of drama.
We just need something because there's not a lot of Gnar lore.
Now, this story was written by Leslie Sullivan-Tynes, which, for the record, she's not credited. Well, I mean, she's credited as Leslie Sullivan on the universe page. It doesn't actually take her new last name into account. But I mean, Wikipedia does.
She wasn't married at the time, was she?
She wasn't, but the Wikipedia's updated.
Oh shit!
So I mean, universe.
They clearly don't touch on.
That's really funny.
Yeah. That is wild that Wiki actually did update her name, but no one else did. By the way, Leslie popped up on my TikTok front page the other day.
Nice. Way to go, Leslie.
I know. So TikTok, I don't make TikTok videos. TikTok is purely just an entertainment platform for me, and I don't seek out anything. It is just, I go through the For You page, and it predicts what I'd like, and Leslie just appeared on it one day, and I was like, oh shit, hi. Well, I didn't say that, but she wouldn't have seen it. There were too many comments. She's gotten too big for me.
Yeah. So, I guess shameless plug for our friend Leslie, but she's got a TikTok where she makes a lot of TikToks about the realities of being a woman in the gaming industry.
Yeah.
So she wrote the story. In 2014, they did a Q&A about it where she confirmed that, yes, this hunter is Rengar. Absolutely.
Which I am assuming,
it was the intention all along.
Yeah.
It was definitely written like Rengar.
And it was probably discussed with other people at the time, right? I imagine she didn't make that decision on her own.
No, there was a whole team.
Yeah, a whole team of people.
So last year, someone brought up on Twitter, hey, it's a little weird that Rengar ended up in Ixtal because it's mentioned that he's in the jungle, not in Freljord anymore. It's like, man, that's a long way away from Freljord. How did he get all the way over there? So I think it was Riot Skaithlock responded the person was like, oh, this rider confirmed. He's like, oh, well, the opinions of rioters can't be taken as fact. And then someone else responded the opinions of rioters? She's literally the one who wrote the story. Yeah. That's wow, what did he say? Actually, I have the tweet right here.
Ooh. You've got the hot fucking goss.
They'd be like, that's like me trying to say it's J.K. Rowling's opinion that Harry Potter is a wizard.
Fucking truth, though, dude.
No, he didn't respond to that tweet specifically.
Oh, good.
But, yeah, ultimately, Riot Skaithlock just said it's very unlikely that the hunter is Rengar due to a better understanding of timelines, world maps, and internal setting consistencies, and that they would look into changing the story to make it work in the new
Well, that's not
world.
going to fucking happen.
It certainly hasn't
Just say it's not
yet.
canon anymore,
This was
man.
over half a year ago.
Yeah.
Just say it's not canon. It's fine. We have so much
fix.
shit. Just say, hey, this shit's not canon anymore. Or, we're saying, make it fucking canon and put Gnar in pair him up, right?
Yeah.
He's not doing anything.
Yeah, Gnar could have gotten there.
Yeah, he travels around.
Yeah, you don't know.
It's playtime with Gnar. He gets around.
Yeah. Well, plus also, it's a fun pairing, right?
Yeah.
Once again,
yes.
This is the hill I'll die on. Big thing, little thing, right?
Yes.
Does it count for double if little thing becomes big thing too?
Yes, big thing, little
and
thing,
then
big
Rengar
thing. Oh my
becomes
god,
the little thing.
I really liked it right away when Rengar found Gnar and was immediately like, "Oh yeah, yordle!" That was so precious.
Yeah.
I really loved it.
Yeah. For such a small interaction, I like that he wasn't like, oh, this puny little yordle. Oh, he was like, oh yes, yordle and a hunter, a good omen. Mm-hmm. He's almost he makes me think of like Worf, and Worf's like, yes, warriors yordle. But I'm busy. I need you to go. Right? It is a little weird. I don't know, because it even says oh, I've got to keep my eye out, right? Not I got to keep my eyes out, but my one eye, because I'm fucking Rengar. Is what the fuck? It's.
I don't think I noticed it.
It's a very short story. but it's
It
like
is.
yeah,
It should have
fucking Rengar,
been
that's
longer. I would have liked it a lot more if it were longer. It was cute. Like, I liked seeing Rengar's point of view. I know nothing about Rengar, so I don't know, but it could have been funny.
I bet you he doesn't have much lore. I'm gonna be honest with you now. I suspect that he does not have much. There's a reason he's an Ishtal.
I never even heard of Ichtal, so yeah, there's probably... Which, again, it doesn't seem like they have any big plans for that. He could have been like, you know what, maybe, he could have even just been like, I'm not sure how Gnar got to Ichtal yet. We're going to work on that. Like, just like,
We'll figure it out.
Sure.
You clearly don't have any fucking plans for Gnar or Rengar. Oh my god, it even rhymes. Gnar and Rengar.
Rengnar.
Yeah.
Rengar and Gnar, two little beasts hunting in the woods.
That is a beautiful theme
That was their
song.
theme song.
It's a great theme song.
It had some lines.
It's like a buddy cop movie. Oh man.
Look, I'm not the musician here, but you guys weren't taking it up. You weren't taking the reins. The actual musicians on this podcast were just staring at me.
Wait, what?
So I
What actual musician?
appreciating
There's an
the
actual
show.
musician, singular.
you play the guitar or something, Mark. I don't know.
I can play 3 chords.
I could play one
Three
song on
important
the
ones.
I could play one song on the tin whistle, so that's like my musical
Right.
knowledge.
Speaking
I
of
can play the
making
recorder.
speaking of making them a buddy cop movie, if we could please get those Miami Vice skins for Gnar and
Oh
Rengar.
my god!
Oh fuck yeah. Yeah.
Riot!
It's tall Vice, man. Shit.
Oh, Gnar and Rengar Vice is like, fuck. You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
Right,
It's
please.
a really good pairing.
Riot, please. It is such a good pairing. Gnar can be on his shoulder, in his beard
And then Ring goes
hair.
on.
Yeah. His long white hair that he had in the story because it was obviously fucking Rengar. I just thought it was clearly describes Rengar, and he's like, I don't know if that's Rengar. Shut the fuck
Dog,
up,
that's
dude.
fucking Rango.
He did specifically say in his tweet, please show me where it says Rengar in there.
With a fucking shit-eating grin emoji.
I feel like we're going in a little hard on this guy.
I don't even
fucking
know him.
Like,
I'm sorry, bro. You're not gonna listen to this probably, but it was obviously Rengar, and that's okay, man. It's all right.
yeah. Yeah, I think it's just so easy to just say, look, this isn't canon anymore,
Yeah.
or maybe it could be, right? I think it's hard because it's like, okay, well, if it's not canon, why is it on the universe page? That's the question that's a little begged. But just say, hey, we're not great about updating this shit, man. That's another easy answer. It's like we're working on it, but we have 155 whatever champions.
Yeah, you
It's
got a lot
hard.
going on. I totally understand. You're not gonna
Yeah.
you're juggling a lot of fucking lore here. I totally get it.
We got another
That's
Lux
fine.
story to put on, man.
Shit. You got another, not Kane skin to make. Anywho, that's basically his canon.
Yeah. No, he's fun though.
Now,
He was fun. Yeah.
Yeah. I want more. I feel like this is such a fun character to play with, and they really haven't played with him. Again, I get it. 150 plus champions.
It is. I do like that the content that they did make with him, like the playtime with Gnar, which was kind of something that they had commissioned, I guess. That was a very good idea for his character. It is exactly what I wanted to see for like Gnar content.
Yeah, it doesn't
Him
need to be
being
serious.
fucking adorable.
Yeah. Nar's another one that I don't need him involved in like the big wars that are going on and stuff
Yeah.
like that. He could just be doing his own thing, trying to
just
figure out what
chilling.
happened with his friends,
Vibing out, being
Yeah.
Gnar.
Yeah. It's almost a little weird that he was at the Howling Abyss battle. Like, that's already a little bit much, I guess. I guess it's just to explain how he got frozen, but... still.
Yeah, definitely like wrong place, wrong time situation.
I guess if they were making a lot of ruckus, they'd be curious. Animals might come see. They would run away probably, but I guess hunters might come see.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because, as they say,
Ooga buggle.
God damn it.
now,
That is what they say.
Now, he's in a few comics. We talked about the playtime with Gnar already. This is basically just Gnar going around being Gnar. He does cute things like hugging a moo. He tries to sing to Karthus. He rides Darius after seeing Nunu ride Willem. He tempts Azir with breadcrumbs, throws bananas at Soraka. It's all very cute.
I like the idea of Gnar, like, not taking sides and not having any enemies and all the Runeterra shit, and people just kind of put up with him.
Yeah, he's just he's everybody's little kitten.
He's a stray cat that just kind of wanders around.
He even has one with Rengo, where like Rengo's got like the Kha'Zix trophy, and then it's got him with like the little Voidling trophy. It's great.
Malzahar Voidling.
Cute. So cute.
He's also part of the he's part of the Tale of the Poro
John,
King.
your quotes section is blank. Why? You didn't write down any of your favorite Gnar quotes.
Yeah, can't believe I missed out on that. Yeah, so he's in the Tale of the Poro King comic. He just kind of shows up in a panel, oddly enough, in Bandle City. So he's kind of made his way there in the comic too.
Okay.
Does it say that it's Gnar though? Like,
does it say anywhere in the comic that it's Gnar? Or is it just a picture of him? Because, who can tell?
We're so fucking toxic today. Hey, we're
know,
League
right?
players, you know? It's just gonna happen.
So, Gnar's also in a few cinematics. We talked about the Discovering the Missing Link one, which is the really short one. He's in a Snowdown Snowtail, which is kind of like an in-game cinematic type deal. Basically, there's a Poro hunting for someone with a powerful enough mustache to be Santa. He passes a bunch of Snowdown champions, including Gnar, who's tossing snowballs at graves at the time, until he stumbles upon the obvious choice for this, which is
Lux.
Gnar.
No, it was Braum.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
Daddy Braum.
Also, he shows up in Be Your Best Santa. He just kind of shows up in it. It's mostly about the other Snowdown champions. He just kind of makes a cameo. He's also in Ignite, the 2016 World Cinematic.
Is he in it, or like is
He's in it.
Boomerang in it? Okay.
No, yeah,
Yeah, so this highlights epic plays from previous worlds. Gnar has a great Gnar out moment at the end where he wrecks the entire enemy team, just like SKT Marin did at the 2015 World Championship Finals against the Ku Tigers.
Yeah, we've all gotten thrown
It's actually
into a
cool.
wall.
Yeah, it's neat. Although
I think it's actually neat.
Yeah. Interestingly enough, Marin got a championship skin that year for Renekton after SKT won the Worlds that year. Gnar didn't actually get a World Championship skin until 2017, where Samsung Galaxy's QV got one for him. Yeah, little fun fact.
Yeah, he gets on a lot of pro play. As much as I love Gnar,
Yeah.
I don't find him super fun to watch. People play him.
He's very, he's situationally fun to watch. I
That's
think
true.
His big moments are
Massive.
yeah. Like Mega Gnar, huge. But because of his, rage timer, I feel like a lot of pro teams play really well around it. So,
Unlike at our elo when we just like, oh, what? His rage's full? Let's go on in.
yeah.
Fuck
Time
yeah.
to fly.
They're better at shutting down those good potential Gnar moments. So he's also in Return to the Stars, which is the TFT cinematic, where astronaut Gnar has to work with Project Vane and Psyops Victor to repair a broken Urgot, who they use to defeat Mecha Aurelion Sol. Yeah.
What a battle.
Right? It's intense. He's also in the Rise cinematic, and he's an actual... Mega Gnar is one of the giant stone statues fighting the Elder Dragon at the 2-minute mark of that video towards the end.
What a fucking bop. That song.
Song is a bop.
Yeah, I know,
All
right?
their
That's
fucking-
my favorite World theme,
Oh,
personally.
yeah. Mine is World Collide.
Yeah.
Because we have all talked about ours except for me. But, but I've liked all of them.
Yeah, they're all so good.
They're so fucking good.
And the last one is Tea Time with Gentleman Gnar, which is actually a pretty cute cinematic, it doesn't even show up on his wiki page, actually, if you're looking for associated cinematics, interestingly enough.
That's weird because they're so on top of it.
They are.
Yeah.
This shows up, it was a merch store cinematic that was advertising the Gentleman Gnar like figurine that they were making, and the whole cinematic it's pretty short. It's just him having tea, C title, I guess, tea time with Gnar.
Cute.
Nice find.
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna hop you into the AUs. There's not a ton. There's 5 this week. That is a reasonable amount of AUs. So, first one is Toy Box. Set in Dino Gnar's Toy Box, it features champions as toys that came to life. Gnar's toy chest is brimming with priceless treasures, but when no one's home, his toys take on a life of their own.
Ooh.
Interestingly enough, Gnar is the only person in this actual skin line that doesn't have a lore blurb specifically for himself.
What the hell?
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Gnar.
Yeah. Gnar.
Gnar. Got that.
He's also part of high society with his Gentleman Gnar skin.
Up we go.
Some believe Gnar's wealth came from his groundbreaking research into economics and linguistics. Others question whether his investors favor him purely for his undeniable charm. Either way, he now finds himself receiving award after award, the latest being a sculpture of him in ice, rumored to never melt.
Interesting. I like that it's for linguistics. That's a real cute, Riot. Yeah.
Right. Now we've got Super Galaxy, featuring champions as galactic superheroes. So Super Galaxy Gnar. Look, Gnar's still figuring out the pistol, okay? Just don't ask him too many questions, or you might have an unexpected Mecha Gnar on your hands, walloping your face into deep space.
I don't like the Super Galaxy skins that much.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I do. I like Rumble because I mean it's a Gurren Lagann skin, right? At least the Rumble one is. Yeah.
Yeah. I just thought I'd throw that out there, though. I have a podcast. Y'all have to listen to all of my fucking opinions.
Moving on to Luchador. Set in a wrestling setting where each champion is a professional masked wrestler.
Skin. Hang on.
Yeah. Called El Leon Gnar. He's big. He's small. He's throwing pieces of the ring around like it's made of pixie dust and unicorn whispers. He is El Leon, the 8th wonder of the world, and he's here to say to his opponents, Gnar!
That's so cute. The splash for this one. I've seen it so many times, but I've always just looked at, like, the Mundo and the Volibear, I guess. I haven't seen it so many times, but I've seen it before, like the full splash. But, oh, Gnar is so funny in it. I had no idea he had one of these.
And Scout.
I feel like we don't see it that much. I feel like we see a lot of like
No.
Dino Gnar and Super
Dino,
Galaxy.
Yeah. Oh, because Dino Gnar's so fucking cute.
Yeah, I mean that's the best skin for Gnar, right? Let's just make that clear.
So cute. And the Mega Gnar, Dino Gnar is so cute.
Now, the final skin line is Astronauts. Set in an alternate Runeterra, each champion is an astronaut.
Thanks, Riot.
If you couldn't guess. Now, this is likely in the same universe as Odyssey, because an Odyssey Jinx doll can be seen in the background of Astronaut Gnar's splash.
Oh, interesting. I actually really like that Jinx
That's
skin.
neat.
Yeah.
So, Astronaut Gnar knew he should be focusing on the mission at hand, but the strange little creatures he encountered on the planet's surface captivated his attention and kept his wrath at bay. For now.
Ooh.
Those are all the alternate universes for Gnar.
I see some fun facts, though,
I
honey.
do have a few fun facts.
Ain't got a few fun facts.
Do y'all need a minute? Like it's fun.
No, we're fine.
Okay. Gnar is one of only 5 champions to be both ranged and melee.
Ooh.
We talked about this with Elise because she's one of the other ones. But Jace, Nidalee, and Kale are the other 3, 4 numbers.
Kale's the one I was forgetting. I had the others, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I know she's misleading because she doesn't have a transformation. Is the nerdy one, but paleontologically speaking, Sure, we'll go with that.
Nice. Well
Gnar's
done.
not a missing link.
I was confused by his title as the missing link. I'm like, between what?
Yeah.
Unless they want to expand on that one day, it'd be like new Yordles and then Gnar and then something before Gnar. That would be interesting. But no, he's not a missing link. Goodbye.
Topical.
Really old game show for any youngins
Wow.
listening.
It took me a fucking minute.
You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Stupidest fucking show. Please look it up.
Gnar is one of only 2 champions to have 2 separate champion portraits. Quinn and Valor being the other one. Depending on
Interesting.
which mode you're in at any given time.
Yeah.
And one of only 3 champions to have a different name in chat when they've transformed. So when he's transformed, will be Mega Gnar if you talk in chat. The other ones on that one are Egg Nivea if you turn into an egg as a Nivea in your chat.
Me. Yeah.
And one that I don't know if you were aware of this or not. If you transmogrify someone as Lulu and they chat, their name will show up as Squill.
What?
No shit. That is so fucking cool.
It's such a short window. You probably don't encounter it a whole lot.
And it would have to be like, right? And then it's like, it has to be all chat. Oh my God. That's fucking great.
Oh my God. I had no idea.
Yeah,
and
me neither.
Lulu's one of my mains. I didn't know. You'd have to have already typed what you were going to say.
Right. Please don't transmogrify.
Shit.
Now, Mini Gnar is voiced by Dorothy Elias Fawn, and Mega Gnar is voiced by Lucian Dodge.
Great job, both of y'all.
Yeah, you both
Yeah.
nailed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is the first one that has a dual VO. Except, I know Echo had one with the skins, but for, their base.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
It's interesting.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Final bit of trivia I have, because we specifically mentioned we'd call this out moving forward. Helmet Bro sighting on the left of Gnar's splash.
Oh, God. Now I got to look it up. I'm not going to remember, and we're getting close to Helmet Bro.
I know, I forgot
I'm
about it.
not going to
too.
remember. So one of you has to remember when it's Helmet Bro week.
All right, I'll remember. Maybe.
No, you won't. We're going to pass it, and then someone's going to tell us, on Twitter, and we'll be like, oh, fuck. You're right.
That's very Helmet Bro, frankly.
Right?
Oh, forget him that one week.
But yeah, those are the fun facts that I've got.
Yeah.
Hang on, I gotta
um,
look at this Helmet Bro.
I was gonna say, going back to last week's Garen, in the Dino Gnar Splash, he's playing with Garen and Katarina dolls. They just keep maybe
It's
Is it
it's still canon.
I was gonna say, is it like that one show, I don't want to spoil it, where it's all inside that kid's mind inside a snow globe? Not like the whole Garen cat thing is just Gnar
Okay,
playing pretend.
Mark, I like how you said, I don't want to spoil it. I'm pretty sure you're referencing a 30-year-old show right now.
Yeah, it's called Saint Elsewhere, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that show is older than I am.
Yeah, I've never even seen it.
Don't
I just
wanna
know that's the
spoil
big
it.
twist at the end.
Oh my God,
Well,
that's hilarious. Right, don't do that, please. I don't really see the helmet.
Yeah, please don't do that.
Okay. Oh, it's just the bottom of the helmet. Okay. I see. Gnar's so cute. I really like his theme and his animated login screen. I fucking miss that. Every time I'm gonna think about it, I really miss that they're
No.
champion login screens.
I remember how excited we were because there was a dude on Reddit who would make these animated login screens before they were something that Riot did, and
Yeah,
it
they
was
used
so
to just be
fucking cool.
They used to just be static.
Yeah. So then they hired them to just make those for us.
Yeah.
And it was so awesome, and I loved it. But now that you don't kind of get those champion login screens anymore.
All right, any more final thoughts on Gnar, except just that he's so cute, and I appreciate him more than ever. I hope we end up in a game with a Gnar soon so I can listen to him, because I'm not fucking playing Gnar. I don't know what to do.
But yeah, I think we mentioned it with Garen last week also, and I think we even said it here, but he's got some good, the taunts where he kind of imitates what other people say is tons of fun, like Demaglio for Garen.
So funny.
Or he says
Hang
like
on.
Tibbas for Annie. They're fucking great.
Demoglio! Fizz!
He has one for, Fizz, yeah.
Shark!
And Ramus, I didn't realize.
Loki!
Okay.
How about that Nocturne?
Oh, yeah.
Marmis!
Marmus.
Demoglio!
I can't get over Demoglio. That's fucking great. Because we all want to make fun of Garen in the end, right? Yeah, John and I do another podcast where we talk about the highest rated movie and the lowest rated movie in a series and talk about it. It's a lot of fun. We're in the middle of The Howling right now, right? Yeah.
We watched what was surprisingly the highest rated.
It was an 80s horror film, John. It was fine. We did just do Highlander, though, and I highly recommend. We did a Blood Rain and then Highlander, and it was horrible. And I really highly recommend those. But yeah, I think that's it for Gnar. We post these on YouTube, just League of Loreheads, and we have a Twitter at Loreheads. Is that the Twitter? Yeah, right?
Sounds right.
I think so.
Yep.
We're loreheads.
Yeah,
And it seems
sure.
like it would be that, right? Why not?
I never would have considered myself a lorehead before, but I guess I'm invested now.
You know more than like 98% of the League community right now.
But this was nice and refreshing after Garen, and I think next week will be sure to join us as we talk about the rabble rouser, Gragas.